Yeah, this is truly a pivotal moment for the city of Detroit, the end of one era and the beginning of another.
To help us understand what's at stake and what it means for the city's future, we're joined by our editorial and public affairs director, Chuck Stokes. Chuck?
Good seeing both of you.
Yeah, good to have you, Chuck. We're talking about voter turnout, how important it is to this race, and what you're hearing from the polls.
Well, it's vitally
Right.
important, and we sure hope it's better than what it was in the primary. But even if Janice Winfrey, the city clerk, is right with 18 to 23%, when you figure that there are 500,000 eligible voters in the city, that's a minuscule amount of people deciding who their leader will be. What we can say is that what you've already said. We're going to have new leadership. We've seen changing of the guard before. It's always exciting, whether it was Coleman Young or it was Dennis Archer or it was Dave Bing or Kwame Kilpatrick or Mike Duggan. We've seen a litany of them. Each one brings their own energy, their own people, their own vision, and hopefully it will keep the city moving forward because there's been a lot of momentum. Still some issues, some problems. That all goes with a big city, but we hope that we're moving to another step up in terms of Detroit in its future.
Now, to that point, what are the top issues that are driving voters to the polls from your perspective?
I think pocketbook issues are always important. How far can people stretch their dollars? That's vitally important. Neighborhoods, revitalization of neighborhoods, crime, those are key issues as well. But people, I think, are also concerned about the development. Yes, they love to see what's happening downtown and midtown, but they also want to make sure that it's trickling into their individual neighborhoods. And they want to see the entire city prosper as well. And education, that's a key. Not something that the mayor has direct control over, but certainly something that they can weigh in on and maybe have more influence than they've had in the past.
Yeah, and you mentioned about keeping the city moving forward with this next generation of leadership. You know, what does that look like in terms of, the direction?
I think the direction is, it depends on the candidate, because when we had the candidates in studio here, they had their different priorities. Mary Sheffield, council president, very much emphasized education in the future and young people, and that's the way to go. Solomon Kinloch was really more about the neighborhoods in terms of the safety aspect. And he kept pointing out the fact that, close to 50% of the children in Detroit are in poverty. And that's something that a large city cannot continue to have. And you've got to make inroads with those type of things. So I think it's a matter of balancing those priorities. In many respects, they talked around the same issues, and they probably are closer than they want to admit in a debate. But they're going to have a full table. They're going to have to address a lot of issues. They will have to work with business community and particularly small business people, because that's the backbone of any society. So they've got a lot on their plate. I think it's going to be exciting no matter who turns out to be the next mayor of this city.
Yes, Chuck, thank you so much. It is quite a night tonight, and we will keep our eyes on it, of course, on air, online, so please stay with us.